fresh out the box. Stop, look and watch. Ready yet? Get set. It's all that.
Hey guys, y'all know the vibes. Only vibes, only two live. Your favorite music influencer from the one and only Boston City of Champs. Cause what we do, all we do is win, 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 no matter what. Okay, period. For us, it's a new month, new beginnings, new everything. Period. And I'm excited for this season. I feel like low key fall is like low key, not for season, cause I just feel like the way you dress is like dope, but, like kids starting school and stuff like that. And we have someone in the building who, this season may be kind of special, like, for being mom, I don't know. So for me, I feel like it would be because, yep. Mm-hmm. Give it up for Capella.
Yes. Thank you for having me. Of course, I appreciate you. Of course, it's a long time coming.
For sure.
We've been trying to do this for way too long.
Way too long.
But we're here. I'm really blessed. And that's all that matters. So yeah, I think that this would be my second transition into fall and winter as a mom. Sab would be 3. So this will be the second. And it's a very interesting season because I'm homeschooling.
Okay.
But now she's a toddler. Right. So she's more active through her. And I'm being called to slow down. I feel like every time we transition from summer into fall into winter, things just move slower, right? Things sets back, things move slow, or it doesn't speed up. Time speeds up in the winter, right? In the fall.
I think, we have to set it. Because time does speed up because it gets darker quicker.
Yeah. So time speeds up and we're forced to slow down in that way. So, I don't know what it feels like for her to be in school. But I feel like I don't need that. When it's time, but
oh yeah, by the guys, we literally have another guest too as well. So yeah, she's part of the crew today. She might sing for us as well.
But so yeah, I don't know what it feels like for her to be in school yet. But when that time comes, if it comes, then I feel like I'll be one of those parents that's like, yes.
Right. So that's so interesting. You're homeschooling her. How has that journey been in general? And else, why did you make that decision?
Okay, so I started homeschooling because I don't really trust the system.
Okay.
Within home right now.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Post-pandemic.
Okay.
I don't trust the system post-pandemic. And it has been nice. Exhausting. As fulfilling as it is, because, we go out and people are like, oh, like, she doesn't act like she's 2. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's because I homeschool are very intentional about, how I speak to her, what we're learning. And it's not your typical, like, ABC 1, 2, 3. It's like I'm showing her boundaries, working outdoors. We're learning, social skills. We're learning things that she's going to be able to apply once. And if I put her into school without having been in school to learn that. You know what I mean? And it's mainly to prove to myself that, like, I'm her best teacher. You know what I'm saying? Like, it starts out that. It starts out because, like, I think school is just 20% of, like, the pie. And then everything else is from your environment. If you think about it, like, if you look at us, like, a lot of the things that we learn and that we do till this day, it stems from our household. I didn't it's true that the system was pandemic. Just that there's a lot of good shit going on, and I don't know how to defend it. So I was not vaccinated. She probably got one set of her vaccination for her 2 months. And her dad and I was like, this is crazy right now. Like, we don't know what this is, So there's just a lot of things that I was setting into play as a mom, taking my power back, calling my power back. But, basically in a nutshell, just taking her health, her emotional, mental health, her education, taking, like, everything into my own hand.
Period.
Until I feel the need to extend that. But then there's so many opportunities for homeschooling moms, like right around the city, around the world, that people who are homeschooling that can be able to assist you. And I didn't even know that you can get support around the system if you're homeschooling. Like you can get support from the underpinned on like peer criteria and all this stuff like that. So yeah, that's where I am. I just don't search. I'm like, periods. Like there's no reason, they haven't shown us a reason why we should trust them. So then why we should trust them with our education, with ourselves. And so now I'm like, okay, I'm right on a homeschool for now and do what I can. And then until I feel like, you know, like this is getting a little bit too much for me, or I have to put her in daycare, and I'll find the best daycare. Like right now I'm looking at a Montessori daycare.
Okay.
Near in Roxbury.
Yes, yeah, I go
around, you know, yeah, I'm near our apartment. And so I'm looking at that because they follow the style that my parenting style.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
that's so, and it's like, honestly, it's really something to think about. And like, these are decisions that like, when you're having a kid, like even like you saying that, like, you know, it's just things that even when I'm ready to have my, you know, kids and stuff like that, I have to think about. And honestly, like what I have been kind of thinking about, and just in general, like people, like it really pains me when people underrate how much being a mom is like such a full-time job, like 100%. Like, you know what I mean? Like that, like, and I am a person when I am like, you know, ready to have kids and stuff like that, like I want to be like I kind of want to stop the whole world and just be a mom. So like, it's just so built to see that. So how do you even manage, like, you know, being a mom, being a teacher, and yeah, how do you balance all of that? Like what time management and just like different things. How do you balance all of that?
oh, how that is. I know that some days it works, some days it doesn't. And for me, I've never been a go to float ever girl when it came to parenting. One, because I graduated school, so like the structure was big for me. Like time management. When I had SAS, I wasn't working. I didn't work since the pandemic.
What's kind of an education though? I remember that. Yeah, that's what one twisting how it can. Now you're homeschooling stuff, so you really got to be on the inside too as well. It's yeah. So you're continue.
Yeah, and so what I will say is, you have to be consistent. I think the hardest thing, consistency for me is like big, but also too, being okay with trying something out, and if it doesn't work, solid it. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So like the way I balance things is listening to my body. Like if I'm trying to do too much and I'm realizing like, oh, we have to pivot. You know, like you got to shift focus. We can't keep doing this schedule. We can't keep following this daily routine. We're gonna pivot. Is it hard? Yes, because she's growing, I'm growing, we're both changing together, get apart. And so it's not easy. And then also support ties into that. If you don't have I'm from the support system, but because I'm the only one that's not working like a 9 to 5, just everyone else around me that's a part of family is.
Yeah.
Then it's like I have to weigh it. I have to hold it all on my shoulders until people can show up for us. And it's not that they won't, but they do when they can.
When they can, yeah.
And so like until they can, I'm kind of just like, bro, I have to do it. I have to, which is why I said to you earlier about this is the season to slow down. This is the season to tap out of my entrepreneurship, my social, my entertainment, because I have to figure out. I have to allow myself and give myself the grace to just pour into Sab. Like one thing I stand by, and I'm going to tell you this, I'm assuming you have children, like,
right.
This will always be here. This will always be a thing. But time with your children, it won't. Sure. You never know what's going to happen. You never know. And so, like, I just shifted into that mindset. Before, I'm like, nah, Saf's going to see me be her mom. She's going to see me be an entrepreneur. She's going to see me be an artist. But it's like, nah, bro, like, you have to, this is crucial. She's going to be 3, right? So between, like, infancy and, hey, you really have to be present. You really have to. It doesn't mean you can't do what you want, but you can't do it all at once. That's where my anxiety was. I'm trying to like be a mom, trying to go to gigs and book gigs and do this and that. And I'm realizing like, oh, you can't. Respectfully, you can't. And I think being honest and transparent with yourself about I can't do this. Mm-hmm. That's where it starts. Where you're like, all right, so if I can't do this right now, acknowledgement, yeah. And if I can't do this right now, then when can I do it? And how can I do it? So for me right now, my priority is her. Like you said, the world is stopping right now. I'm pouring into mommyhood. I'm pouring into myself. And then God will align everything else for me. I don't have to worry about when am I going to, like, my blessings or my money's going to come.
Yeah.
Like,
It's already promised and already there.
and I have to surrender to the present moment. Like, God's like, I'm calling you to be still. I'm calling you to be obedient. If you don't, you're going to find yourself stressed. You're going to find yourself, I don't like to use the B word, but like financially, like, unstable. Yeah, financially unstable. Like, you're gonna find yourself, your well's gonna run dry because you're not listening to me. Like, I got you. So why don't you just focus on Sav, focus on motherhood, and then let me handle what's like above you, like what's before, you know what I mean, with the forward coming. Let me take care of it. And so that's where I am right now. I'm just surrendering. I'm taking my time. I feel like this might be the last thing that I do in regards to, entertainment. But I'm okay with that.
For a while, or like,
no, like for this season.
For the season, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, no, respectable.
I got to. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of social media pushes this, like, this culture where moms feel like they gotta do 1, 2, 3, and then they're still content creator. They have their kids, and I'm like, I'll tell my best friend on screen that shit look dope, but behind closed doors, like, they're stressed out. A lot of them are stressed out, and a lot of them are getting paid to do that, so they have to do it now.
Right.
I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't yet. But when I do, I'll know how to balance. I feel like right now I'm in a season of I need to learn how to balance, and I can't balance while also try. I cannot balance while also try to like juggle too much. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you mean. No, that's so powerful. It's powerful, and especially like it's crazy how like I was talking about this fall season. Like I said, it's very important to students, very important, different things and like new beginnings and stuff like that. So like I agree, like it's very important to pay attention to like literally what season you're in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because and God is always like doing something for you in that season. So I definitely agree. I definitely
was in it.
I get it. Yeah, it's key. And also
honoring yourself in that season. Like it doesn't make me less of a artist. Like it doesn't make me less of a. That's what I'm saying. And it's like I don't feel the need to rush my process. You know what I mean? I don't. Like I feel like I've reached that point where I'm like, you know what? I could tap in and out as I please.
As you should.
And what's for me is for me.
For you. That is, yes, girl. That's not like I definitely agree, and I can kind of relate in a sense to a stage that you're like kind of in a season of like let go and let God.
Yeah.
And also something that I've accepted, and literally like this is kind of like one of my business mantras that is literally your legacy and creating legacy that already exists. So I begin to learn that like you were kind of saying, whatever's for me is for me. There's no such thing as like I basically missed an opportunity. And like, for me, sometimes it's like I feel like I have to do everything. If I don't do it, like that's it. But then I came to realize like, oh, that's not it. And when I started to like learn that and learn boundaries for myself and learn like about just like the companion of life, like I started to realize when I started saying no to things, when I started not being set of places, when I started teetering and wanting certain things started to bloom in a certain way that I feel like that was what it tends to be all along. So I definitely agree, and I get it.
Yeah, you said something important. You said, I feel like I'm gonna miss opportunities. Right, like that's a fear-based mindset. Yeah, if it was for you, you would have had it regardless. Now, if I'm in my season of stillness, and I get really stopped for an opportunity, that's for me. I didn't feel like it's crazy because one of my own girls, she's like, yo, how you be getting your acting choice? Like, I tell her, I'm like, yo, I don't apply for gigs anymore.
Okay, here.
Like, I listen. Well, I knew. Okay.
I do want deeper.
Okay.
I want down.
You what?
I was trying to look for more paper. I'm like, damn, I shouldn't do my whole stack.
No. She says she doesn't want the paper.
Oh, okay.
I think she's getting sleepy. So, a lot of the last few gigs that I've done, as far as acting goes, I didn't apply for them. Well, it's kind of like floated in, and I think that that's I want to continue to operate. I feel like that's the best way for me to operate. Like, let opportunities come, and then I choose whether or not I want them.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go for an opportunity unless it's clear.
I definitely agree with the whole like kind of waiting for things to gravitate towards you, and I feel like that's like very feminine. You know what I'm trying to say? Like involving in feminine energy.
Yeah.
And I definitely do agree, like in general, like this generation, different parts of like different systems kind of like embody this idea that like being feminine, which is like just being wrong, just literally like doing things that are just so mellow is wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like just doing things that are mellow is not boss move. In my opinion, like I feel like that's the most boss move thing to do. Like freedom of like receiving, and then also just freedom of choice.
Yeah, do what you want. I mean, I'll kind of this on is I'm honoring my feminine season as well. Cause granted, like my husband's gonna come with the like go-getter energy. I feel like, oh yeah, it's party soon fair. You have to say it again because we want everybody in the back. So I hope my husband watching this right now. So hold on, hut. Yeah. My husband is gonna come with the go-getter energy. Like I feel like he gonna be like, that's that masculine, the divine masculine. Like he's gonna know like, all right, like I don't need to be a go-getter. I don't need to do that. He's gonna take care of it. Right? Like in the Bible, they speak about a unit, you know what I'm saying? And that's where because I've been getting closer to God, I'm operating more in that space where I'm like, there's gonna come to a point where I'm gonna be met with a partner that's gonna be like, you don't have to, bro. And then not only you don't have to, but like I can reply like, oh, I haven't been. So you're here for now we're up, now we're in unit, now we're aligned because I haven't been and you're doing it. So now it's like, okay, like you got it. And it's not to say that I don't want to have my own things for sure, but I want to be able to choose when I do want to do it. I don't want to rise and say I have to do this today to survive. I don't. That's survival mode. I have to go to work. I have to do this. I want to be like, you know what? I don't have to go to work today because babe got it. Or I wake up and maybe I'm in that space where I'm like, I want to go do something. I want to go create. I want to go invest in a business move right now. And I can do that, but still also being secure enough to know that like I can stop at any time because I trust in God. I trust in myself. You know what I'm saying? Amen. So yeah, you get it. Like it's freedom of choice and it's just receive or being open to receive. And like
immediate to God.
Yeah, it's so balancing the feminine and masculine it looks like choice, like you said, choosing when I want to tap into that masculine energy, and when I do. And then knowing when it's like, all right, girl, like right now, my season is to just slow down and be open to receiving. Like I've been doing a lot this summer, so it's like now it's like, all right, like we're transitioning into the fall, into the winter, and now it's like be a little open, like see what that's gonna bring for you, what opportunities I might bring for you in the winter season. And if it doesn't, cool. At least you know that like you was relaxing. At least you know that you were pouring into yourself. At least you know that you were prioritizing your child, which is what really mattered.
Yeah.
And I'll get blessed by doing that in different ways. You know what I mean? Than it would being out there grinding and grind culture, fast culture, all that stuff.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah, bro.
I agree. No, honestly, I'm so blessed to have like literally witnessing your saying that. And like literally I can relate like a lot with what you're saying, and definitely
I know you
like,
can.
Yeah, it is so important. And it's like, even that like yeah, I'm a very like strong believer on like, men are providers, and like my husband, he's gonna be, a provider and stuff like that. And with that choice of like, if I do want to do something, I'm nurturing like just that nature to explore my mind, what's on my mind, and just do it. So yeah. And I definitely can, like I said again, can relate to the slowing down season. There's a lot of things that I feel like I slowed down with, and overall in general for just, like just in the past couple of years. So like I said again, understanding seasons is so, so important.
It's very beautiful. Yeah. Literally. It's not easy though.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have, like we said, you have to surrender, but there's beauty in that.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on your perspective and how you see it. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Some people think of them, like you said, FOMO. Yeah. How am I saying out? Fear of like being forgotten. As long as I feel like that comes like know who you are. You know who you are though. What are you fearful of? You know what I'm saying? That's right.
So I would say what advice we should give to like moms, but it's like, what? Well, I don't even know. That was like, oh, we cut like gut, and So how would you like? I definitely see and understand like, giving balance to them. So would you say that currently in the stage of like you being an artist, balance is just key, or like? Because like, girl, you said so much.
I had no idea.
And it's not a bad thing at all. Like, don't, it is. I like, she's like, I'm just it. Like, like, so obviously though, art is your passion, like, and, like, making music is your passion. So how, in a sense, like, obviously, like, listening to God and just, he's going to tell you the way of, like, how you tend to balance and stuff like that. How has it been being a mom and an artist now compared to, like, when you weren't?
Cool. When I wasn't, I was able to just, like, really get up and go. I was able to book sessions when I wanted to. I was able to book gigs when I wanted to. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm like, when I say I'm literally, like, gliding in this slow down season as a mom. Mm-hmm. I am. And I say, what I will say is it's harder to be creative. Mm-hmm. Because I have to pour into myself in order to pour into Sab, or in order to pour into my, like, it's so many different things.
Everything's connected, but not connected.
That's what I was saying. So it's like, damn, some days I'll be like, I don't feel dry. That I don't feel the inspiration, the creativity. Mm-hmm. But before, I would, like, try to find that. It wasn't before I was a mom, I would try to find it in different ways. Mm-hmm. Now that I'm a mom, I'm like, well, if you don't feel that, then just let it go. Maybe you just need to, like, go out, explore the city with Sab. Maybe y'all need to experience more stuff together. Because I firmly do believe that in order to create, you have to be able to experience, like, for sure. I don't really do the full, like, you lock in the studio for hours and then, like, you just create. Like, then you're a robot. No, like, you're a robot. You know what I'm saying? I was about to say. You're a robot at that point. It's like, I don't subscribe to the whole, like, you like, in the studio all day, you get up, go to your bathroom. No, it's like, in order for me to create, I have to experience life, because that's the only way I'm going to, well, for me, because I don't have any ghostwrite. It's like, I write from myself. So I need to be able to experience certain things to be able to write and pull from that energy.
Right.
Now, in the near future, if I could ghostwrite this, I can just be in the studio and learn and in a recording, because I have someone writing that has, for sure, things in alignment, which is sure in mine, be very, very wrong. So I would love, that's again open to receiving. Like, I'd love for someone to do these things when I can't do them, for sure. So yeah, the hardest thing is, like, getting up and going. Like, I just can't in the environment. So that's what I will say that change. Anything else is kind of the same. Mm-hmm. And then I feel like maybe what I'm creating. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm a little more, I was always intentional with my music, but I'm for sure more intentional now.
Good. For sure. And I was just about to ask, what are ways that, in a sense, your own, like, music career and just, like, your music influences your child's perspective on art and creativity?
That's a great question.
And how do you also, like, nurture, like, I know you said that, like, if you got a mic and stuff, so how do you also nurture that as well? Because, like, in a sense, she had a passion.
Well, she's here. Right. So I try to include her when I can. Obviously, today wasn't a choice. Let's be realistic. But there are moments where I try to include her. I think has she seen me before? She might have seen me like once. But no. I was pregnant with her, and I remember before my last show. I don't remember how many months I was, maybe 4. Yeah, but like I was pregnant with her, but she hasn't seen me perform. But I try to include her when I'm writing for a session. I'll play my song over and over and over and over. But like you meet my music videos, and I explain to her, like, this is money. This is one of the things that I do. Or if I'm in a, like, series or film, I'll play it out. I'll explain to her. But I'm also like, I don't want to influence her to feel like she has to do this.
Yeah, so right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like some kids, we feel pressure. Like, and both of her parents are artists. They're both artists. It's like, dang, she might feel the heat of, like, well, if they're doing this, I might have to. So I do that. That's separate. I try to keep it separate. The most like her choice. Yeah, the most that I would want is for her to show up and support my choice. You know, like listen, I was in a fashion. Well, that's what she came to the fashion show that I was in. I think a few months back. But I don't know. I kind of want to. I want our mommy like separate. Like I want that a little more sacred. I don't want it to involve like I can't see her like being on stage or anyone. Her being in. I don't want that for her. I think that is in a sense also taking away your innocence. And then sometimes parents try to look through their kids, like parents who are entertainers or artists or actresses that whatever. They try to look through their kids, and I feel like I don't want to take away her innocence, exposing her to things that don't need and she doesn't need to be exposed to. Like, let's be real, like this industry is not really like kid friendly. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, it's cool to include them in a sense to where like you can support me as your mom and you can come to real like anything deeper than that. I'm not set. Like
For sure.
yeah,
And honestly, that makes like total sense, literally. You know, it's so hard, you know, dissecting the music industry because music at the end of the day, it's freedom for everybody. It's just art. But then again, music industry, music business, it's just a career just like anybody else. Like you wouldn't like it, like, you know, there are a couple things like if someone works in an office, there's bring your child to work day, you know, like that happens, you know, but it's not like bring your child to work every day. So, you know, like, you know, so yeah.
what do you?
Right.
You know,
Right. It's true. And that makes sense. So, you know, it definitely makes sense. And that's definitely respectable. So, you know, transitioning into like, you know, we don't think about why or like, what made you realize your calling of being an artist, like being a musician? So like, where's your start? Where's your journey? Where's the journey begin?
That's good. I'm just gonna like a bullet point you, and name drop too. So I started journaling just in middle school. My mom, you don't all read much stuff, but she wasn't really open to communication. So she would get me journals in a way for me to be able to just write out what I feel because she wasn't able to communicate with me on that level. Which I'm grateful for because that's how I got started, right? So that I writing poetry, love. And then I started performing. I don't remember my first poetry performance. I remember her name is Sam. Shout out to Sam. She put me on to my first gig. She's like, hey, I know that you write poetry. I used to post like poetry and stuff on social media. She was like, I think you should come out and perform. I'm like, okay. So I did that. And then there was this like SoCon challenge Monica did.
Oh my goodness, I remember that day. Oh my gosh.
Somebody I don't remember the person name. They was like, hey, I think you would be good doing this because there's a lot of, I remember your SoCon challenge. Yeah, they were like, people talking about a lot of BS and I feel like you should tap in and like switch some stuff up. So I did that. It went viral. And then like my homeboy Malik, shout out to Malik, hit me up like, yo, I want to get you in a studio. Well, I met him through another guy named Basan. There's a singer, R&B singer from the city. And we went out together and Basan's like, yo, she does music. Malik's like, oh, let me hear your stuff. Boom, it happened that way. Malik said, let's get in the studio ASAP. Got in the studio and I used to go with G Weeks. Like we used to go to his studio. Recorded that song. And then from there, so Shabazz, there was Shabazz. I recorded my first single with him. Because before I was just doing features with people. I recorded my first single. Then I did my first music video. TJ had helped me with my first music. I'm a nobody. Can't help me with that music video. And then everything took off. Like people were like, yo, I'm booking a show. Like, do you want to perform? Because they liked what they see.
I'm guessing this was around 2015.
It was 2015.
2015, right. Yeah.
15. Yeah. I feel like my peak though, like my best years of being an artist was around like 2016, between 2016 and 2018.
Period. And I met you in 2017.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, you trippy, like I always, you know, have to shout out and always have to remember and bring it to light. You trippy, big belly, you know, for even like allowing me to do one of my first shows where it was like outside of like, you know, like community, like type stuff, like my first real show where I'm performing my type of, like my music, like, you know what I mean? So like, shout out to you guys, you know, you guys were really been there for the journey. I'll never forget, like, how's that?
Gotta get you, yeah.
Yeah, so thank you for believing in me. Truly, you know what I'm trying to say? So important. So like, yeah, I definitely understand. I feel like definitely I could see how that was your prime years. And I also feel like it was just the prime years for Boston. It was here.
It was. When I say that, everyone's like, oh, for me too. Like we were also like connected.
Yes. Community.
Yeah, like the community. And that's the thing, I feel like we were way more up because we was together.
Oh my goodness.
So post pandemic fucked us bad.
Yeah.
There were perks that came along with the pandemic, but then saw a lot of cons, and it showed a lot of people's hands. Like y'all really wasn't in it for the community, and it showed us.
Yeah. And I feel like also the style has completely it had shifted. Like I'd be telling people, like, if you wasn't outside like before 29, like you said, those prime times, you don't understand Boston music for real.
So you don't.
And it's like I feel like I want to say shout out Cousin Stiz, shout out Pistola, shout out there's fun with people like that.
When I shared your song on my story, I went down my SoundCloud of that era. Shared your Pistola, Cousin Stiz, High Q-Ren, everybody, and we was all connected. We were all locked in. Every time we had a show, we get up everyone. We were all performing together. Oh my gosh, all supporting each other all the time. Like, there wasn't any like different. There were separate entities. Don't get me wrong, but it was like we all came together all the time. Like, oh, there's a show out in Alston and Canada. We would all travel there together and just go and support them. They would come. They would show in Boston. They would come. Now it's just like I don't even know what's going on. And so we're going. It's the tea.
No, literally, and also the sound, how we're coming out. Like, I just feel like Boston music scene sound doesn't compare to nothing during that prime year, because I feel like that prime time really emphasizes the sound of Boston, where it's not like people trying to be New York, people trying to be whatever. Like that, this was the sound of Boston. You know what I'm trying to say? And I did have our own sound. Yeah, it was just such a prime time. So like,
I feel like now you can't even you can't tell.
You can't tell.
Like there's no, to me though, like, in respect to artists, I am an artist, but I can't tell. I feel like there are different artists that have their unique sound, but Boston doesn't have a sound. We have places sounds within our city. Essentially, that because there's artists that are trying to embody a certain like steez from a city or whatever it is, instead of like trying to
group together and sound like something. I agree. Yeah, I agree. And I try to, like, I always say this all the time. Like when I ask people, like, oh, who do you like more, Tupac or Biggie? Yeah, I feel like I like them both, but I'm gonna say I like Biggie because I'm on the East Coast. So like there's something about the East Coast, like I can, it's easier to the ear because I'm just like, I could feel it more because that's where I'm from, you know what I'm trying to say? But don't get me wrong, I feel like Tupac. So I be trying to figure out like, what is something about Boston that like, what is it? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So that's what, and so like, I just like, I have to shout out again, like shout out Cousin Stiz, because I feel like that was around the time where Cousin Stiz was even in this prime. I'm like, he's 2015, that's when he blew. You fucking know for me?
It was a good time.
A good time,
really good time for it.
And I be saying like, if I had at the moment, real talk, but I say, honestly, if we're talking mainstream right now, currently, for someone who, I shout out Cousin Stiz because his sound, he came in and never tried to sound like no other. He can't clear by when you're
in that sound like Cousin Stiz. I can't
literally. Oh, my! I look in the city
exactly, and I can hear a feature or hear a song and know that it
for sure,
and know where it comes from. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And I feel like even now that he's moved, like he still keeps his uniqueness to him for sure. And he's a Pisces. Did you know that?
I feel like
he's a Pisces.
I like, but yeah, I'm a Pisces.
He's at a side.
No, I mean, I'm an Aries, but
yeah, I remember us talking about that. I love me some Aries.
Period. Yeah, I love me some,
but one of my closest friends say Aries.
Period. I love me some Pisces.
I actually, Sav, her rising is Aries.
Oh, dope.
Well, yeah, that's that energy.
That's that energy. That's so funny. That's hilarious. That's so funny. Makes laugh. That's funny. Okay. No, yeah. He's really gifted, and I'm glad that he is a representation for the mainstream Boston music for sure. Like people can critique, people can judge, people can say like, oh, he don't be doing something in the city, but like
I know.
everyone, you know what
I feel like
he does.
he had.
I don't see a lot.
I witnessed it. I would have experienced it. So it's like,
For sure.
but for shit, I heard people say that it's like, nah, he's not doing stuff for you. Like, yeah, when people speak for the city, it's like, nah, you're talking about self. And you don't want to admit that, like, especially when I always hear like artists saying it. And if it's not artists, it's always like, I don't know, like teachers or people that are in the entertainment and music world, but they're not. But what have you even checked what he's done before it's come out your mouth and say that? Right? Because he had.
I definitely agree. We have to just realize, though, at the end of the day, he's just student just like how we are. And just if I just saying like there's a season for everything. Even what he says, even though he says, like, honestly, like, oh my goodness, he bubbling right, but like literally seasons, let's like one song, every season my season. So it's kind of like, even though to you or like your season, like every season's important. Just because it's my off season or it's my season where I'm doing something else where I'm not in the mix, I don't mean that I fell off or it don't mean nothing. Like every season my season. So you know, like I don't like when people critique too much because like we're all just humans. We're all just trying to do what we can do. And it's like I'm not trying to say it's not even the mayor's job to 100% do everything for Boston. It takes everybody, but it's kind of like. People, like, you know, certain people are the mayors. So, like, you know, just say, like, I agree with you. It's more so people thinking about themselves.
It allows
their expectation.
Yeah, it's like kind of like it's coming from a selfish place.